Hello friends, and welcome to the Forgotten Past. On this channel, you'll explore untold stories, lost events, ancient discoveries, and hidden secrets from across history. Let's view the video. The Mongol Empire remains one of history's most remarkable and feared empires. From humble nomadic beginnings, they forged the largest contiguous land empire the world has ever seen. Their rise was as brutal as it was brilliant, forever reshaping the destiny of Eurasia. The Mongols originated from the harsh, windswept steppes of Central Asia. These vast grasslands, stretching across modern-day Mongolia, bred fierce warriors. Life was tough, battling the elements, rival tribes, and constant hardship. Yet this unforgiving environment produced unmatched horsemen and survivalists. Mongol society was organized around clans and families. Tribal rivalries often sparked bloodshed, preventing unity. Despite this, loyalty to family and shared traditions, like horsemanship and hunting, bound the Mongol people together, even amidst relentless internal struggles. In 1162, a boy named Temujin was born near the Onon River. His early life was marked by tragedy. His father, a tribal leader, was poisoned by rivals. Temujin's family was cast out, forcing them to survive alone in the unforgiving wilderness. Despite adversity, Temujin's leadership skills quickly emerged. He built alliances across tribes, rewarded loyalty, and punished betrayal. His reputation as a fearless, cunning warrior grew. Through both diplomacy and ruthless warfare, he united the fractured Mongol clans under a single banner. In 1206, Temujin was declared Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. It marked the official birth of the Mongol Empire. With this new unity, the Mongols unleashed their might, setting their sights beyond the steppe. Their conquest would change the course of history forever. The rise of the Mongols was not simply a tale of war. It was a testament to survival, ambition, and the power of unity. From scattered tribes, they forged an empire destined to dominate the known world. Once united, the Mongols transformed into the most formidable military force the world had seen. Genghis Khan wasted no time unleashing his armies beyond the Mongolian steppes. Ruthless, disciplined, and highly mobile, the Mongols set out to conquer civilizations that had underestimated their growing power. Their first major target was the Xia kingdom of northwestern China. Despite its fortified cities and wealth, Xia fell before the Mongol onslaught. The victory demonstrated the Mongols' siege capabilities and their brutal efficiency in crushing resistance. Next came the mighty Jin dynasty in northern China. Genghis Khan's armies employed psychological warfare, feigned retreats, and devastating cavalry assaults. City after city fell. The Jin emperor was forced to retreat south, leaving his empire fractured and humiliated. In 1219, Genghis Khan turned westward toward the vast Khwarezmian Empire. An insult to Mongol trade envoys triggered his wrath. What followed was total devastation. The Mongols systematically annihilated Khwarezmian cities, including Samarkand and Bukhara, leaving a trail of death and destruction. The Mongol conquests were not driven by simple bloodlust. Genghis Khan valued skilled artisans, engineers, and administrators. Those who surrendered were often spared and absorbed into the Mongol system. But defiance brought utter annihilation. Genghis Khan's campaigns extended deep into Central Asia, even reaching the Caucasus and Eastern Europe. His armies shattered powerful foes, spreading fear across continents. Their lightning-fast raids and relentless mobility made resistance nearly impossible. By the time of his death in 1227, Genghis Khan had forged an empire stretching from the Pacific to the Caspian Sea. His conquests reshaped world history, demonstrating how determination, discipline, and terror could topple ancient kingdoms with alarming speed. The Mongol military was no ordinary army. It was a mobile, disciplined, and highly organized war machine designed for conquest. Their success was not accidental but the product of strict training, brilliant organization, and an understanding of warfare unmatched by their enemies. At the heart of Mongol power was their cavalry. Mongol horsemen, armed with powerful composite bows, could shoot accurately while riding at full speed. Their mobility allowed them to strike swiftly, retreat, and reappear unexpectedly, creating chaos among enemy ranks. Organization was key to their battlefield dominance. Genghis Khan implemented the decimal system, dividing the army into units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. This structure ensured efficiency, easy command, and rapid deployment across vast distances. The Mongols mastered psychological warfare. They spread terror by massacring resisting cities while sparing those who submitted. Word of their brutality traveled ahead, often causing cities to surrender without a fight to avoid destruction. Siege warfare was another Mongol specialty. Though originally nomads, they adapted quickly, employing Chinese engineers, catapults, trebuchets, and gunpowder bombs. Even the strongest city walls offered little protection once the Mongols arrived with their siege engines. Communication across the vast empire was essential. The Mongols established the yam system, relay stations with fresh horses for messengers. This allowed rapid information transfer, troop coordination, and empire-wide control unmatched in the medieval world. The Mongol war machine was more than brute force. It combined speed, discipline, psychological tactics, and technological adaptation. These elements, forged on the harsh steppes, allowed them to conquer sophisticated civilizations and carve an empire that shook the foundations of the known world. After Genghis Khan's death in 1227, his successors wasted no time continuing the Mongol expansion. His sons and grandsons inherited not only his vast empire but also his vision of conquest. Under their leadership, the Mongols reached new corners of the known world. Ogedei Khan, Genghis Khan's third son, became Great Khan. He oversaw campaigns that pushed deep into Eastern Europe. Mongol armies swept across Russia, defeating the Kievan Rus and establishing Mongol dominance over the fractured Slavic principalities. The Mongols' European advance was relentless. At the 1241 Battle of Mohi, they crushed the Hungarian army. Simultaneously, they defeated Polish forces at Legnica. Europe stood on the brink of invasion. Saved only by Ogedei Khan's sudden death, forcing Mongol generals to retreat. While Europe trembled, the Middle East also fell under Mongol pressure. In 1258, Genghis Khan's grandson Hulagu Khan besieged Baghdad, capital of the Abbasid Caliphate. The city was sacked, its libraries destroyed, and its inhabitants slaughtered. It marked the end of Baghdad's golden age. In the east, Kublai Khan, another grandson of Genghis, turned his ambitions toward China. After years of warfare, he conquered the Song dynasty in 1279, completing the Mongol conquest of China and establishing the Yuan dynasty. The Mongol Empire now stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Europe's doorstep. Its four major divisions, called Khanates, ruled vast territories, including China, Central Asia, Persia, and Russia. Though politically fragmented, Mongol power remained formidable. The expansion under the Khans reshaped continents, destroyed ancient powers, and connected distant cultures. Their empire, unparalleled in size, forged new global links that would change the course of human history. Amid the Mongol Empire's brutality, an unexpected era of peace and prosperity emerged. Historians call it the Pax Mongolica, Mongol peace. For nearly a century, the empire's stability allowed trade, travel, and cultural exchange across vast regions of Eurasia on an unprecedented scale. The Mongols secured trade routes like the Silk Road. Merchants, caravans, and travelers moved safely from China to Europe under Mongol protection. For the first time in centuries, distant civilizations were connected through commerce, fostering economic growth and prosperity. Goods flowed across the empire. Chinese silk, porcelain, and spices reached the Middle East and Europe. In return, precious metals, gems, and textiles moved east. This thriving trade enriched merchants and transformed cities along the ancient trade routes into bustling cultural hubs. It wasn't just goods that traveled. Knowledge, inventions, and religions spread too. Papermaking, printing, gunpowder, and the compass traveled west from China. Islamic mathematics, medicine, and philosophy journeyed east, creating a remarkable fusion of ideas across Eurasia. The Mongols also revolutionized communication. The YAM system allowed rapid message delivery across thousands of miles. Information, orders, and news flowed efficiently, maintaining imperial control and encouraging interaction between far-flung regions. However, Pax Mongolica had darker consequences. Increased connectivity enabled the spread of the Black Death. The bubonic plague traveled along trade routes, devastating populations in China, the Middle East, and Europe, killing millions in its wake. Despite its horrors, Pax Mongolica reshaped the world. It linked continents, fueled innovation, and shattered isolation. The Mongol Empire's brutal conquest ironically paved the way for one of history's most significant periods of peaceful exchange and global connection. Despite their dominance, the Mongol Empire was not immune to internal decay. After decades of expansion, the vast empire became fragmented. Rivalries, cultural differences, and political struggles among the Khans weakened the unity that had once made them invincible. The four major Khanates, Yuan dynasty, Golden Horde, Chagatai Khanate, and Ilkhanate, operated increasingly independently. Without a strong central authority, disputes between Mongol rulers sparked wars, undermining their ability to act as a united empire. In China, the Yuan dynasty under Kublai Khan gradually lost control. Chinese resentment toward Mongol rule grew. By 1368, the Ming dynasty overthrew the Mongols, driving them back to the steppes and restoring native Chinese governance. In the Middle East, the Ilkhanate collapsed due to internal conflicts and lack of a clear heir. In Russia, the Golden Horde fragmented into smaller khanates, losing its grip on the Slavic regions. Mongol dominance across these regions crumbled steadily. While the empire fractured, its legacy endured. The Mongols had reshaped warfare with cavalry tactics, siege technology, and psychological terror. Their influence sparked global trade, cultural exchange, and the movement of technologies across continents. The Mongol Empire also changed demographics. Cities like Samarkand and Beijing flourished under their rule. Populations shifted, and ideas from East and West mingled, laying foundations for later global connections. The Mongols' rise and fall left an indelible mark on world history. Their conquests devastated nations but also sparked cultural exchange, technological progress, and global trade. Though their empire collapsed, its echoes shaped the modern world in ways still felt today. Thanks for watching The Forgotten Past. If you enjoyed the journey, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a hidden story or untold truth. New discoveries await. See you in the next video.